Big Blend Radio Champagne Sunday show with Nancy and Lisa, and you just heard Prosecco-Fueled Profiles, and that was by Liz Lenten and her band Auburn, based over in England, which is where she is today. And you know what? This album, it's off of the brand new album, Game of Faith, and it's releasing May 31st. It was recorded in Nashville. And it's also got its own card game. Like, seriously, like, who does that? I love it. I think it's super awesome. Go to their website, auburn.org.uk. Welcome, Liz. How are you?
Hi, I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Well, I'm happy now that I've got, like, Prosecco and I've got a song for it, you know.
Perfect timing, I'd say.
I thought that was perfect, and I thought that it was perfect after our guest, you know, was a writer, and we were talking about watching people and, like, you know. But, you know, you're like a master storyteller with your music. It's awesome.
Oh, thank you. Well,
yeah.
I think it's all stories. Life is all stories, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's true.
Exactly, and I feel like, well, number one, there's, like, a cool rhythm. Like, even listening to Prosecco-Fueled Profiles, you know, that rhythm, it's kind of got that old school J.J. Cale writing rhythm, and I cannot wait to take your album on the road because it's just got that. You're riding through, and I feel like we're going through someone's stories of life. You know, you should be on a bus with this.
It feels like it, to be honest. I always say my life's a bit of a soap opera, and I guess that comes through with the albums.
Well, Game of Faith is a good title too, and we're going to have to play that.
Well, I want to flip a card and see if you get the perfect man.
Yeah,
I'll keep you posted on that one. Not so far.
Okay. Well, I think you went through quite a list. Like, I'm just going to say the album is.
I'm working well. I haven't actually been through the whole list yet, but I'm doing my best.
Well, I can add some.
Yeah. Any help gratefully received.
I know. And it's interesting because, you know, the Americana side, and it's definitely roots music, but to me this is just really good storytelling, and it just flows. The whole album flows really cool, and I love that because there's some songs that kind of have like a Donovan vibe, and like you got J.J. Cale, Donovan, you got all these different vibes in it, but you've got your own voice for sure. And it's just, you're
Marmite, I've been told.
Marmite.
Marmite. Do you have Marmite over there?
Oh God, I crave Marmite. I miss Marmite.
Marmite.
Did you have to say that to me? I miss it.
But I could see where that would be good.
Oh man, well I have to find the world markets wherever we go because I haven't had Marmite for years. I used to go to the San Diego Scottish Games and get it.
Love or hate, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, apparently my voice is like Marmite.
I love it. I love it because
it's salt.
It's salt and it's really good for a hangover.
It's really good in a Bloody Mary.
And I haven't had one for years, so maybe that's why I haven't had Marmite.
I have referred to Bloody Marys in previous songs.
See, this is good. This is good.
See?
So now you recorded this in Nashville. So tell me about this, pond hopping thing going on. Have you come over to America quite a bit, or what's happening?
Well, this is very easy. I'm at my fourth album with Tom Jutz, the producer that I work with in Nashville, and all the musicians out there. Gretchen Peters, who I'm sure you all know and love as much as I do, is somehow a sort of, I've worked with her for years. And she introduced me to Tom Jutz when I said I'd love to, go and record over there. She said, right, this is your man. And she introduced us, and, it worked from the very beginning. So this is actually our fourth album. So I absolutely love it there. I'd move in a heartbeat.
And so tell us about where you are in England. Describe it to us.
I am in the very middle east of England, in county of Lincolnshire, which is the second biggest county in the country, very rural. It's flatlands, so the whole county pretty much is below sea level. We don't do hills or anything. And it's very agricultural, very beautiful, and quite wild.
Yeah, because that's why I was at the Wild. I'm like, okay, this is. How far are you from Norfolk?
From Norfolk, a couple of hours.
That's not bad. Well, nothing's far away from each other in England.
No, exactly. Right? That's quite a trek to us. But no, I've just toured with some American guys, and they found everything local, whereas we thought we were traipsing up and down the country.
Yeah, you see, that's a funny thing about that. Yeah, but your scenery does really change. Now, would Hyacinth Bouquet like going for a drive in your county?
Well, it's just very green. Cabbages, you get a lot of cabbages, onions, sprouts.
Huh. We used to live in northern England, and don't laugh. I always say that to people, don't laugh, because people laugh at us all the time. We used to live up in Southport.
My family is from Manchester, so I wouldn't dream of laughing.
Oh. Okay, see, there we go. We're all in the same path here. So, when was it just the producer? Or did you come to America before,
Oh, I have family in the States, so I visited the States quite a few times. And then when I had a little break, probably in my CV you probably read I had a little break when my son was born. And then when I started off again, I did a showcase in New Orleans for E1. So that was my sort of first musical trip back to the States. And then a couple of years later, went to Nashville with Tom. And I've been going ever since.
Nice. And then you also work with Mark Fain on bass, Lynn Williams on drums, and Britt Savage. I mean, you got a nice lineup here.
Absolutely. They're amazing. They're like incredible. Machines is not a good word because machines gives the impression that they're rigid, and they're not. They're just amazing, but they're machine perfect. They're just remarkable players and lovely people as well.
And now I've read that you also work with young people, getting them out and playing music. Tell us about that.
I have an open access community youth choir that I run here in the smallest town to me. And we've just performed, actually, this afternoon in a large garden centre open day. Fantastic big vinyl record store has just moved in there. And so we're sort of promoting that. So I've just had my youth choir. It's 8 to 18 years. There's no audition. You don't need to read music. We do all contemporary songs, all our own arrangements. And I just accompany them on the guitar, and they're my heart and soul. I love them.
That is awesome. When we lived in San Diego years ago, and we lived up in the mountains of Julian, this little mining town, old gold rush town, and we got involved with the women's club over there, and realized that the kids, everybody was complaining the kids are in skateboards and hitting the tourists, It's a tiny town. And I'm like, well, if you give them 10 points, depending if they're wearing shorts or not, I don't know. But, we realized that there was no music programs. And that time it was happening across the country where they started cutting music programs.
Art and music.
And so I was like, well, that's not right. And so we decided we did some gigs, and at that point we had a band and everything, and we got we would put these shows together and raise money to give them, scholarships and ways that they could go down the mountain, as we would say, to go get music lessons. And you know what happened? I thought this was all exciting. What sucked was that the parents couldn't get the kids to the lessons down the hill. And I was so disappointed, but they ended up getting online tutorials and books and videos, because it was videos back then. And and it did do something, but it was just these little towns. It seems like the kids get forgotten.
Isolated. I mean, one of the big things that you can get funding here for the arts, well, for not just arts, but for all sorts of interventions, is for young people in challenging circumstances. And rural isolation is a huge challenging circumstance for most of these young people and children. So that's, I run a community music club for, it's 15 years we worked at. It's our 15th anniversary this year. And every year we do projects in the local villages that the kids can literally walk to. One year we had 70 children. I have no idea where they came from. There's only 70 kids in the local school. But we've been doing these for years, and it really is, sadly, except for the work that myself and my other colleagues in community music do in schools, it's pretty much all they do, just because there's not many musicians around in the communities around here. They tend to congregate in towns. I absolutely love that. It's a huge part of my life, and I love it.
Oh, that's awesome. I think what's so great about it, too, is, kids, it's hard to imagine, sitting in a city right now looking at cars going by, going like, that there's that, especially in England, I just don't, it's hard to imagine that.
Well, because you feel it so much smaller with the isolation, but because of the transport. I mean, the little village that I live in, there are no public buses at all. There's the school bus for the kids in the morning and the evening.
Transportation is key. Public transportation, bicycles, things like that are so important. And then kids get to this thing where they hate their town. And that's it. I want out of my town.
And then,
you can't
and then they want to move out.
Yeah, and then later they'll come back when they're older, hopefully.
Yeah.
But when you do something like this, it gives them hope, like, okay, and also that they can fix things. They learn that if there's something they don't like and they can make a change, they can change it in a positive way.
This is what a lot of it's about. I run an all-year young music leader training program, and I've been doing that for about, I think it's 7-8 years now, and that runs throughout. The kids do their Trinity Guildhall Arts Awards, which is qualification, and it counts towards, when they do the top grade, the gold, counts towards their university application points. So, again, we do that out here because it's difficult to access otherwise.
So now, Game of Faith. Tell me about the title. I'm gonna everybody. You got to go get the album, but it comes out May 31st, right? That's when people can get it, or can they pre-order it?
Yeah, that's right. No, that's when it's out.
Okay, so everyone get ready for that. Now, Game of Faith. This apparently is the everyman.
Yeah.
So there's these characters, and this goes with the card game, right? That each song has the character. I want to take this to a bar.
Yeah.
Or a pub. Excuse me. We need to go to a pub with this and play.
Yeah, really. I don't know how to explain this concisely. Obviously, you've got a glass of Prosecco, so we're on to a good start here.
Yeah, the serial dater.
So it just started as I didn't write for about 12 months, strangely, but things kind of mash around in your head, and so all these were written in about roughly 3 months, except for the odd one.
Wow.
So it was just all the different people that I'd met and that I'd seen and stories I'd heard. It's not all totally personal, obviously, although there's bits there, obviously. But,
there's always bits.
There's always
in
bits,
anything in life.
That's so funny.
Just don't admit which the bits are. That's me.
Exactly.
Yeah, it could be this bit or that bit.
Well, as Gretchen says, there's truth and there's fact, and they're not always exactly the same.
The word bits is now going to sit with me for the rest of the day.
About again?
I don't know, but I just have like weird visuals go through my head of weird art things. I don't know, but okay. So we'll behave. Continue on.
Right. Am I going to try and explain where Game of Faith and the game came from?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So my son is an avid gamer. He does all sorts of gaming. And I'd written all these songs, and I'd kind of given them characters in my head, and sort of, just so that I kind of could keep the character locked into the song, if you know what I mean. Because I do tend to go off to tangents. So I was trying to make sure that I was clear, of the character of each song. And my son just sort of said, he said, Game of Faith. He said that would make a really good name, because I set a list of rules. I don't know if you've seen the rules.
No.
No. Okay, so just because you have the promo version, but on the full album, there's a full set of basically my non-rules. And so these are my non-rules for Game of Faith. So, okay, where's my game? Okay, so there's no limit.
Me too.
Okay, yeah, no, it's really good. I've played it. There's no limit to the non-rules, and all that there are will be broken. That's number one. You can make your own non-rules and still break them. There's no set judge. You can choose between a divine greater judge or your fellow man or yourself. There are winners and there are losers throughout the game. You can control some moves, but most are totally out of your control. And the last one, your start point, gender, sexual orientation, race, and creed is totally random. So
wow.
So those are my rules. And my son said, and the purpose of the game is to basically get from one end to the other in one piece. And he said, he said that would be a really cool game. He said there's loads of games like that are called Take That games, and they feature sort of interpersonal politics and tactics. So he developed this game based on the songs and the characters, and then using each song he got lyrics. So each song has a giving card and a taking card, and you go around the cyclical board and you roll dice and various other things, and you play cards, and you can either help your fellow players and be absolutely delightful, or you can hinder them and be really mean, which is quite a lot like real life to me. And everybody, when one person has got to the end of the game, everybody else gets one last play to get to the end, and those that get to the end are winners, and everybody else is losers.
Oh my gosh, This is so cool because, okay, now when we did our first gig as our band from San Diego, we went to Mexico.
Ooh.
and we got hired by the yacht club in Ensenada. This little
explain the yacht club.
Coastal town. It's just over the border. And
cool.
So we got told, and we didn't get paid much because we didn't know what we were doing, but the guy, the Commodore of the yacht club, turned out to be a really close family friend, says, now the rules of the yacht club, to join the yacht club, you can only play if you're a member of the yacht club. To be a member, this is what you remind me of your rules, is you either have a yacht, have been on a yacht, know someone with a yacht, or have seen one. That was it. And it was really a drinking club. I mean, when we went there, we found out it was this drinking club of all the expats, and there were people. I mean, I don't even want to talk about some of the things we saw that night, but it was one of the most hysterical, because there's always the person that you're playing, and then next thing you know, somebody I don't know if it's one guitar chord or something, and off they go. The dance is on, and it doesn't matter who's watching them. They don't care, and I think it's brilliant because it's awesome.
Fun.
It's like, go for it. And then, we call it the squat dance. There's the squat dance. There's
a
the
leap
different
in the
dance.
air like you're riding a bicycle.
There's that.
Step.
And then, apparently, some people have too much to drink that they actually wet themselves, and I will never forget that. And one lady dancing with remember that lady? And then the other one started dancing with a tree.
I know, and that was, it wasn't really dancing. It was a little closer
it was
to
a little,
hello, tree, I love you.
It was like the dry hump of a tree.
Yeah,
I
bet that.
Yeah, well, that could be a little rough, but,
we don't get any of that at our gigs. I shall complain to the audience in future.
But don't you love watching the audience?
Oh, absolutely.
It's part of it.
A guy literally keeled over in front of us, right in the front, and just zonked on the floor. I didn't know what to do. I sort of carried on because he was out. And I looked at my guitarist who was giggling, and I looked at my bass player. And I looked at my bass player who said, never stop, never. And so I just carried on to the end of the song.
The show must go on.
The Titanic.
I know, honestly, so I played on to the end of the song. And this is true story. My mum, bless her, who was in a wheelchair, her carer came and basically gave him the kiss of life or whatever she did, and she managed to. I think he just fainted. But so we did this whole debacle carried on in front, and at the end, when I was chatting to my sound guy, I said, "Yeah, what about that guy?" He didn't even notice. Apparently, that's how cool we all looked on stage. We mustn't obviously always look like somebody's just keeled over in front of us. But he didn't even notice. He just thought we were busy smiling and enjoying ourselves.
That's
wow.
Funny.
Wow. Isn't that amazing?
But I understand the giggles.
No, the giggles. We did.
I get that.
I remember doing a gig at a horse thing, horse camping thing in the desert, in the middle of the desert.
That was so funny.
And we, as a band, did a setup. We had to do a sound check. And we played Mustang Sally as a sound check. And all the horse people started coming in, and it was like a potluck thing. And they were all in line to get their food while we were doing a set. In sound check, this should be 2 different times, but that's not what it was like. And all of a sudden, I mean, we were just,
messing around.
And they started doing a conga line right there.
I
mean, and then the bass player and Nancy, both Taurus people, both, he would go down, and he went down on his knees, losing it. That's it. And you would just see Nancy's shoulders, because she played keys, just moving up and down behind her. She had like this book thing, and you just see shoulders, man down, and we had to keep going. And it was like, okay, no sound check.
There's nothing, because you should not laugh and you should get it together. And there's always that split second between, oh my God, I'm going to just kill myself laughing. Or, no,
and
I can
every
do this.
publicist right now is yelling at us for even talking like this,
It's just losing it. And then you're going to cry, right? Because that's the next thing. Because you're trying so hard not to be.
Yeah, exactly.
And so then now you can feel the tears, and then you're like, oh, I'm laughing.
No, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's cool because everyone's having a good time, unless you keeled over, But everyone's having a good time.
He did have a good time.
He did. He was kind of brought back to life, so that was a relief. I think if he'd have just been stretched out, that would have been a nightmare.
I would have changed songs.
Everyone's dancing, and they just kind of kick him off the stage, or this, get off my dance floor. They just start like Weekend at Bernie's.
There's got to be a song that you could totally switch to when somebody does that.
It's
gosh. Like Pray for the Dead and the Dead will pray for you.
Related to it, it's a song called New Year's Day, and it's basically about domestic violence, manslaughter, and getting away with it. And that's kind of the song. And so the bit that he collapsed was the bit where she accidentally shoots him, which is why the guitarist was giggling away and falling off his chair, because it's like, hit the floor, like the lyrics. And I was like, no.
All right. Well, now I'm going to play your game now, because now we're going to play Misshapen Fruit, because it's the Tenacious Survivor.
Oh my goodness. Okay, right. I'll get serious.
No, let's play it, because it just totally goes with this. I mean, no matter what, you could be dead on the dance floor and someone kicks you around, and then all of a sudden you cough, spurt, get up, and keep going. Somebody winds up the Energizer Bunny.
That's like that place, that body in Kenya on the roundabout.
Oh, yeah.
The cars kept hitting them.
The dead body.
Like, no, man, this is bad.
So let's play.
Oh, my God, what have I started?
I don't know, but it's fun. Okay, and then when we come back, I want to talk about the cover, and I want to talk about the game Leela with you, because it's really interesting. So here it is, everyone, Misshapen Fruit. I've never heard a song title like that ever. That's just like, this is so much fun. Here it is, everyone.
Thank you.
It was summer, Barcelona. I recall a woman, sun-baked, puckered, small like an olive, brandishing a peach at me. In a supermarket that smacked of bleach, next to stacks of tinfoil and TCP. At first I couldn't understand her candid Catalan, but later on a man I'd loved for years, but now don't see, explained to me, translated her abrupt soliloquy. Shape-on fruits are the ones that God has blessed. The misshapen fruits are the ones that God has blessed. Of course, languages less Germanic, more romantic, more Hispanic, it flowed off the tongue, volcanic, cool to a basalt in my mind. I never left that phrase behind. And the next day, in an Asda store, I delved beneath a pile of perfect apples, round and Eden-worthy, ruby red, to pick out a lopsided one instead. I was on the train when I got the call. A woman, glowing, cultured, small like a pearl, crumpled to a heap. Your words, not mine. now resting in a hospital asleep. Beep, 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 but doing fine. And I'll never understand what higher power could have planned to take a woman poised and grand who loved to waltz and foxtrot and leave her sitting out, forced to watch the band. I watched you dribble as you ate and hid my eyes to shed my tears, and as the days passed, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth was clear. But you continued wearing heels, ate cake, demanded sequins, frills, took pills with wine to prove to us you'd lost some nerves, but weren't any less refined. Now your strength has inspired mine, and every single time I see that lopsided grin, I smile and recollect the words I heard in that supermarket aisle. The misshapen fruits are the ones that God has blessed. The misshapen fruits are the ones that God has blessed. And the blatant perfect truth that you're still going, how that weakened heart beats on inside your chest, is the seed of the root of the truth that we all guessed. The misshapen fruits are the ones that God loves best. The misshapen fruits are the ones that God loves best. The ones that God loves best.
You're listening to Big Blend Radio, Champagne Sunday Show with Nancy and Lisa, and we have Liz Lenten with us, and she is a singer-songwriter and frontwoman of Auburn, an amazing band, and her new album, Game of Fate, is coming out, and you just heard misshapen fruit, as I just said, mishappen fruit, right? Because I'm drinking champagne,
it either way.
but I can, But listen, the lyrics of that are like you start to giggle at it. You're like, this is fun, and then it's like, my heart just like, oh, dude, like
I know.
that
Sorry.
is one of the most
I have my
songs.
nephew to blame. My nephew wrote a poem, basically that poem, which I then turned into a song, and it's about his grandmother, my mum. And I know it's quite heavy, but it's just that's
but it's
how
character.
some people deal with things.
It's heavy character, and
my mum was a totally matriarchal, typical Jewish mother who, led the whole troops. And she was a dancer, and she was very vivacious, and she had a very severe stroke and became totally, disabled. But nothing changed. She just
exactly.
basically
There's that
ruled us
fire
all from her bed.
Right, exactly.
And literally carried on wearing heels and drinking wine, and she's just amazing. So she was
toast to her.
Toast to her for sure.
Yeah.
The whole family was close to her.
Yes.
Let's do a champagne toast to her. Toast.
Toast.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I was going to toast Nellie Bly, but I think Mum deserves it actually.
Well, you can do Mum and Nellie Bly, and I love Nellie Bly. Oh my God, talk about a badass woman, man.
Well, it was her birthday today, so I was going to toast Nellie for her birthday, but I think Mum would absolutely love to be toasted with Nellie.
But we could have a big party.
Yeah, she could actually. Yeah, I think my mum, yes, I can see her in 10 Days in a Madhouse with Nellie, definitely.
Could you imagine? That would be fun. Now that,
It's like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
No, I love that,
Really?
Yeah, I know. But this is what's so good about the album is that the stories, I mean, you just sit back and listen and you're like on this journey, and it's very personal, and there's so much character, and I love that. I want you to do this as like a movie thing. I just see like
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, like mini plays. I mean, you're doing a card game. Can't you do a movie with it? Like a little
play.
Like a play. I see this as a play.
Yeah.
As like a one-woman play.
A little story, a little episode for each story.
Yeah, little vignettes.
Yeah, but an actual stage play.
Yeah.
You just like bring out the
musical, Game of Faith, the musical.
Yeah, I love that. And everybody, and Oprah will come and tell everybody you got to, look under their seats, and there'll be, the card game.
Bless you. Here we go. We've got our PR plan. You see, now we've redeemed ourselves in the Plugger's Eye.
I love that. Now, the album cover, I love the art on that.
Yeah.
Because now we say Snakes and Ladders, and then we had a conversation with a radio guest a few months back, and we said something about Snakes and Ladders, and she's like, there's no game like that. I'm like, yeah. And then we found out they say it's Chutes and Ladders here, I think, in this country.
And it's Snakes and Ladders in South Africa.
I always knew it as Snakes and Ladders. It's one of the first board games that we had,
Chutes and Ladders.
Yeah, but Game of Faith, and, the woman in the middle, this is like the coolest album cover. Who did it? Who did the art?
A wonderful designer, Callie Callum, who's quite a character. When I first met him, he'd just done a charity cycle from John O'Groats, which is the most northern point of the British Isles, to Land's End, most southerly, on a penny farthing bicycle. He looks after Nick Drake's estate and various other things. He's an incredible designer, really crazy, but very, very, very articulate and wonderful man. And I sort of sent him the concept and sent him the tracks, and he found, as he does in his cupboards of plenty, or in an attic somewhere, this old Snakes and Ladder box, and he's manipulated it to turn it into my Game of Faith for me.
I want this on my wall, and I don't even have a wall because we travel full time now. I don't have a wall, but I want it on my wall. Like, it's like one of those. This is like amazing. It's one of the best covers I've seen in years.
I want to play the game.
It really is.
Report back. He'll be delighted to hear that. And the inside, because as I say, you've got the premier copy, but because we're trying to finish off the others, because the inside of the finished copies, it looks like a board game, and there is actually a board to play the game on and a link for the website for all the cards. So that you can buy a pack of cards, which will get some printed, or you can just download them and print them and use them as we have so
much
far.
Fun. You are so cool and creative. Now, the other thing, the game of Leela. Oh, but I want to also ask about the band name Auburn. The Leela, have you seen this game? Because it's got the Snakes and Ladders on the cover of the box. It's a board game.
No, I haven't.
It's L-E-L-A, right? I'm going to have to look it up.
L-E-I-L-A.
Oh man, we don't own anything anymore.
L-E-I-L-A.
Of Leela, as in the name Leela. Game of Leela. Let me see.
No, it's L-E-E-L-A. I just looked it up. L-E-E-L-A.
L-E-E.
Same one?
Yeah, L-E-E-L-A. Yes, there it is. The game of self-knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay, so
the
now.
game of self-knowledge games. Well, 4 things.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know about this.
Now, it's got Snakes and Ladders thingies on the front cover. Now, it's on the box. And it's the craziest game because it's got to do with numerology, and it's mystical weird, right? It
says it was a pre-circa to Snakes and Ladders.
It's designed by Hindu sages over 2,000 years ago.
Yeah, it's an ancient Indian one, and it was the precursor, so it was before Snakes and Ladders. Oh my God, that's amazing! Oh, thank you.
And if you will your partner or the players against you to lose, you will lose.
Yeah,
it is like instant karma. It's crazy.
So they had to dumb it down for to make Snakes and Ladders. They couldn't.
Yeah, and there's like
the other one's complicated.
There's ash ceremonies and stuff. Remember they said, now go off and put ash on your forehead or some stuff. I don't remember.
We're
like, what?
We'll do that.
Okay, well, you know.
Oh, that sounds a bit tricky.
Exactly. So they dumbed it down, and now you got snakes and ladders.
No, I'm serious. Go check that out. Okay.
I
so
am
on that
seriously
note,
going to. That is so cool.
On that note, we want to play Spontaneous with you, because we're going to all play together. Spontaneous is the coolest board game ever, and then you have a game. I'm like, we have to play. And we've been playing Spontaneous on our show for a number of years. The inventor of the game, Rob Ridgway, is based in Nashville now. He did travel around in an RV for a while, going from concerts and festivals and everything. But his whole business is that he's been doing it for over, 10 years? Something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Bestseller on Amazon. He beat out Monopoly and all that kind of stuff. We were like, go, independents have to, kick butt, Anyway, when you go back to Nashville, you should look him up. He sponsors all the backstage Opry shows and all of that. He's involved.
Cool.
Yeah. So we play the radio version of it. It's a little different. And so Spontaneous, the song game, is I give you a word, and then you have to come up within 10 seconds on the radio version. Everybody, it's still different. Within 10 seconds, you have to sing the 5 lyrics of a song that include that word. So I always use this example. Nancy, I'm going to give you the word red.
Again?
Yes, it's just so everyone knows what we're doing.
Red wine.
Makes me feel fine.
Red wine. Feels so fine.
Okay, and everyone listening, you do not need to be a singer to do this, So it's just pure fun. So we're going to start off. I'm going to give Nancy a word, and we've got 10 seconds. And Nancy and Liz, and for me, if we do not make it, we get butt panned. And I like the butt pan. I like to play butt pan on this show, so I'm just saying.
So coming. Do I guess as well? Do I guess Nancy's word, or do I not guess Nancy's word?
No, but you can sing along. You can do whatever you want. Actually, why don't you give Nancy a word?
Oh.
Yeah, now, see, then there's no cheating involved. See, this is what reminds me of England. England TV, all the game shows where they'd put mushy peas over your head. Like if you didn't win. Remember that as a kid? I used to watch them. They'd have all those game shows. Anyway, give Nancy a word.
Give Nancy a word. Door.
Door.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Here
goes
the
doors.
Door.
Green door. What's that? Something you're thinking. I've been knocking at the green door.
Green door.
Okay.
Yeah, that was.
She made it. I was
going to have knocking on heaven's door.
What is that word, green door?
What's that secret you're keeping?
Yeah.
Secret.
Okay. Secret.
I was going to have knocking on heaven's door. That was my door.
Oh, yeah. Mama, put those guns in the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one, too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, so Nancy, you get to give Liz one.
Oh, boy.
Damn, I didn't get to butt pan you.
I think the word would be ship. S-H-I-P. Ship.
S-H-I-P.
Like a boat.
Yeah, just being clear.
Ship.
Oh, shit.
I'm not very good at this. Ship.
Okay, wait. All right, I'm going to start again. Okay, ship is your word. S-H-I-P, everybody. I love to say P on this show. 10 seconds from now, go.
Oh, what about on the good ship lollipop?
Okay.
On the good ship lollipop.
I was just going from door to ship of fools.
I know, she's stuck on the doors.
Only got stuck on the doors.
Ship of fools. That describes Nancy and I on a radio show. Okay. All right. Well done, Liz. All right, Nancy, you get to give me a word. I'm going to have to butt pan myself. I know it's coming because no one's been butt panned.
Who's giving the word?
You give the word to Lisa.
Oh, okay, Liz. Now you're giving me the word. I'm scared.
Oh, I'm giving you a word, yeah? Hand.
Help. I need somebody. Help. Not anybody. Put a little love in your hand. Oh, don't do that. Okay.
Oh, no.
No, I
That are we?
my gosh. I don't know.
Oh my God,
but thank you for that, Liz, because now I get to butt pan myself, and that's the best feeling.
And now, a butt pan moment. Butt pan! Butt pan! Butt pan! Butt pan! Butt pan! You're a butt pan!
I feel so much better. Thank you, Liz.
Thank you.
I could, I could put my skinny jeans on now.
Oh my God. What just happened to this show?
You're no longer a size medium.
Okay. Well, my skinny jeans are large, but anyway, it's because of all the Prosecco bubbles,
Yeah.
But
skinny jeans on. She got her skinny jeans on.
I really wanted to play Game of Faith since it's the title track and it's the wild card, the everyman. But there's the song Trinidad that I just think is so cool. And as soon as I heard it, man, I just felt like all like westerny, and I didn't read the names or anything. I just listened, and I just was like, I want to paint something with I want a western movie thing with this. Like, we want to see a play.
That's a really cool story, actually.
Tell us about Trinidad.
Okay, so Trinidad. This is. Okay, I can't mention any of this. This story was told to me by a friend of mine, and he'd gone to Trinidad, a British guy, and he, if I can say this on air, it made me laugh so much because he said all the women were just all over me. They all thought I was gorgeous. And he said, but after a while, he said, I realized they just wanted to basically come back and live with me in England. He said, I thought I was all cock and personality. He said, but it turned out they were just after my wallet.
Poor baby.
So I said, I will write a song about that. And then I said, actually, I've actually written it from their perspective, not yours. So I thought he was a bit grumpy about that, but he was fine. He actually likes the song.
Well, okay, I'm sorry, but I got the giggles. But this really needs to be turned into a play. Seriously, it's like the vagina monologues. Women will come to this. I'm like, to me, this has got to be turned into a play, like a one-woman play or whatever.
Just one
like
vignette after another.
Yeah, it's just so cool. It's
like a one-person show.
And I love this game part of it. I just think it's so cool, and it just makes you think, like, I don't know, man, you should put it all in there. This is just awesome. I just love it.
Oh, thank you. I'll never get my head out the door.
Yeah, you could be on stage with a great big mirror, and you're like looking into the mirror, and the audience can see the mirror, like the reflection. So you're putting makeup on during each of these songs.
I know. Oh wow! And you can wear wigs.
I think we've got a director already.
But you can wear wigs. See, this is a cool thing about plays and
you
stuff.
Got to change
wigs.
it per song.
I want to sit and play wigs because it'd be cool. Really.
Different wig per song.
Yeah, a different wig.
Yeah, different makeup, different wig.
I'm loving this already. I love dressing up.
Wouldn't that be cool?
The only thing is high heels ain't happening. Like Ruby Reds, I know that was fruit.
Down at the mirror. She's not standing up. She's just going to change makeup and wig.
I don't do heels anyway. I only do boots.
Yeah. Oh, you're in the country. You got cabbage.
I'm addicted to Betty's boots in Nashville. Every time I go there, I have to come home with another pair or two of amazing
like cowboy boots. We need big boots.
Yeah.
We need boots that go up to our knees out here because of snakes in the desert. Not here in Yumo. I haven't seen one yet.
We changed the game to boots and snakes.
Yeah, boots and snakes.
Yeah, it should be. Boots and snakes.
Oh, man. Thank you so much for joining us. It is such a treat having you on the show. And when you get to America, let us know, please, because we definitely want to meet up and have Prosecco with you, because that would be the best.
Absolutely delightful. I'd love to, and thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you, and best of wishes on the release of the album, Everyone Again, Game of Faith. Go get it. Go check it out.
Go play it.
Go play the game, play the music, and it'll be out May 31st, and you can keep up with Auburn. Auburn, who's Auburn? Like, where did Auburn come from? I meant to ask
Auburn.
you that earlier.
Oh, that's the name of the band. It was, we needed a band name something, and it just happened to be the hair color that I was using at the time. I'm sorry.
See, I knew we were going into hair and wigs and things. I'm not saying that you wear a wig.
Sorry,
I'm just
nothing
saying.
deeper, more meaningful. It could have been worse.
Okay.
It could have been Deep Plum, but it was Auburn that week.
Deep Auburn. There it is.
Deep Auburn.
With shades of pale.
Yeah. Everyone, auburn.org.uk is the website. Keep up with them. They're on Facebook and Twitter. Keep up with them and go get it, because it's just an awesome journey. It's one of those awesome albums that I cannot wait to get on the road with and listen to, because I feel like I'm going to go on it'll be 2 trips in one. All right. So here it is, everyone.
We'll send you a copy of the game. Thanks so much. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Oh, cool.
You too. Thanks. Here it is, Trinidad.
fatal